What's good, YouTube? It is your girl Dr. D back with another video, and I'm just actually coming to y'all today to give you an update on my 2-week follow-up since I had the amniocentesis process done. And I wanted to let y'all know, so now at this point I go to high risk every week, and I have to get the progesterone shots, which hurts so bad. And then at some point I was doing the vaginal progesterone shots as well, but one of my gynecologists said that was too much to do. It's the same process as getting it in your arm, and when they get it in your arm, guys, it is so it hurts so bad. It's like a tube with the needle in it. And it reminds me of like when you used to be little, when you were little and you used to go get your shot where they would draw the smiley face on it and then they'd prick it. I can't remember what that is called right now. When I tell you this mommy brain is real, all of a sudden everything slowed down for me. I'm going to do a video on how I found out I was pregnant. I'm going to do a video on being pregnant over 40. Everything that's like been crazy for me, I'm going to share it with y'all. This is our journey together, because I know there's some other people going through this. I am now sitting in the car really quick while Dionna is doing gymnastics, just to give y'all a quick update. And so I went to high risk today, and he felt on my stomach and on my calves. I guess that's where fluid would be if there was something wrong since the procedure. He asked me, have I had any spotting or anything? I had spotting on Sunday, which today is now Wednesday. I had spotting on Sunday that was a little pinkish or so, and some real bad cramping at the top of my stomach. And I think it was mainly because I had did too much that day. Like Sundays and Saturdays are usually busy home days for me, so I'm usually in the kitchen all day, whatever. And I know they have kind of told me to rest up, which is really hard to do when my husband has to work all the time and it's just me and the kids, because I've been used to just kind of holding it down. And I look really sleepy, guys, I promise. I'm not sleepy now, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm sleepy after every freaking thing I put in my mouth. I don't care if it's some candy, I don't care if it's some juice. I'm like yawning like I ain't been asleep all night. This pregnancy is kicking my behind, guys. When I tell you, they say every pregnancy is different. I felt with CJ, I was like a whale. I was over 200 pounds. With Dionna, I felt so cute. I was like, oh shoot, I can finally be cute now. You know, I had by then had gotten myself together, had lost a lot of weight and all that, was healthy and all of that. So I felt real cute with Dionna, and I knew I wasn't gonna get big with her. But in this pregnancy, I had lost all the weight, which is going to be in my story time of how I found out I was pregnant. And weight that I've been trying to lose since I had Dionna, okay? And that was what, 6 years ago now? And so I had lost all that weight, and I promise you, in the past, since I found out to now, I have gained that back and still haven't gotten far. I'm still like at a decent size. I'm still pretty thin, whatever, but a girl is not used to eating so much. I'm not used to having somebody like hungry all the time. And being vegan, you run out of options of certain things to eat if you don't stock up on that stuff, because a lot of that stuff don't come fully stocked, like a lot full in one bag of food or this and that. And I had already started pulling away from like all the vegan processed stuff. So I started limiting myself on what I had, maybe 2 meals a day, a snack, and some coffee. I don't even drink the coffee no more. I drink cappuccino. I just started back drinking cappuccino because I didn't like it. I should have known then something was wrong. But you know, guys, this process has just been like no other. And like they say, every pregnancy is different. This one is totally different, and it's kicking my behind mainly because of my age. I would have never thought that just a shy of a few years after having Dionna, I would feel this way. I had just got a clean bill of health right before I had found out, I guess before I was even pregnant. And so since I've found out, it's been one thing after another, which is going to be another video. And I would get screenings for something saying that I got this and I got that and I got this and I got that, and then the second time it would say nothing. So every week I was waiting for something to come back, and I'm still waiting for things to come back now. But I think I'm almost in the clear to where I can kind of enjoy this pregnancy, because at first I didn't know what I was going to do, guys. Like, I knew I didn't want any more kids. So I was pretty clear that I was not gonna have any more kids, okay? And if I ever popped up, which I never thought I would pop up, I probably would have had an abortion. That's just kind of where I was at. Like, I knew what I've been dealing with my own kids now, and with Dionna, and you know, all of that took a toll, and a lot of adjustments for me, to where I'm still adjusting, I'm still learning, and now I'm an advocate for other moms in that process with having a kid that is type 1 diabetic. So with that said, it is just so much that I have to really think about in the process, and all the stuff I've done with both of my kids. They're both in the entertainment industry. They've been in there. Dionna been working since she was 9 months. You know, I loved it. It was great getting on the road and doing things. We got COVID now. So many things are different. I was so happy that I didn't have to go to the hospital as much. I go to the hospital all the freaking time. I was happy that, you know, I didn't have a kid during COVID, because I was like, oh, I feel bad for some of the moms who got babies during COVID, you know, because the only one parent can come in to this and that and that. Although at all my appointments, I see more than one person. Like, they'll bring their spouse to this and that. I'm so about business with this pregnancy. Like, let me go in, let me do that. I'm not pressed to have anybody with me. I'm pressed to get back home to CJ and Dionna, because I've been leaving them home like crazy. Thank God they're at an age where I can do that now, and Dionna understands what she got to do with her pump. Even though they call me all the time, I'll write the number on whatever she's eating, what she need to put in her pump, and they still call me, which is good. But I just got to this point, and we didn't even know how much we was going to be stretched as a family like this until this situation happened. So when I say I go to my appointments, I come back home, I don't play around. I may run a few errands, I do what I gotta do. But as of yesterday, they put me, at first I was on modified bed rest because of the Cervical and everything else that I told y'all about. It's so many things I gotta tell y'all. Like, I need to do a video on Cervical, I need to do a video on what that process was like, and whatever. But at this point, what I'm saying to y'all is that I have to rest a little bit more, because apparently my cervix is, I think she called it yesterday, incompetent cervix. So it's not like a failure, don't it? A failed cervix, right? Ain't never heard of such a thing. Ain't even know it existed. Okay, all my stuff was good. Even though I was well with CJ when I was pregnant, I was really young and I was really healthy. And I was talking about healthy. I was eating up some stuff. So, you know, it's not really much more I want to say to y'all. I just want to tell y'all, so the 2-week process is that you can have a miscarriage anywhere from 24 hours to 3 days, I read, to 2 weeks up after you had, 3 weeks up after you have the procedure. And moms, if it's anybody that's going through this, that had this procedure and end up having a miscarriage, I'm sorry to you. Shout out to you, because this has been a process and it's been scary just thinking one thing after another, especially Sunday when I had this odd cramp. I had cramps on the bottom of my left and right side, which I think that was ligament pulling is what my OB said, my midwife said. And I gotta tell y'all my experience about using a midwife too, because this is my first time ever using a midwife, where the whole doctor's office was ran by a midwife, and then the doctor comes a part of it at 36 weeks, which is why I got a lot of appointments, because I have a separate OB doctor too that kind of gives me, they both, sometimes they give me the same information, sometimes they give me different information, but it's good to have confirmations on both ends, and I still have high risk. But you know, when I had that cramping, the cramping that I had was up on the right side of my stomach, and that was really, really painful to where it scared me, guys. Like, I really thought that, okay, maybe am I having it? I'm like, oh Lord, no, you know, because you know, you want to be in control, and sometimes you're really not. A lot of times you're not, but you don't want to have to go through a miscarriage. And I've been through this before where I had a miscarriage, but I wasn't this far along, guys. And so I was almost close to I had a miscarriage and I had a D&C, and I was almost close to this size when I had the D&C. So another set of story times that I definitely would share with y'all. But you don't want to be surprised and then there's something happen, you know, out of your control like that. Like, because this whole pregnancy been out of my control. Okay, let's just say that. But the fact that I can kind of slow down just a tad bit, and I've been taking it slow in between everything that I do, y'all. I promise I've been taking it slow in everything that I do, but I think it's probably still not enough. I mean, it's just so hard to wait for people to do stuff for you. Like, I'm just not ready to be in the old age, okay? And I promise this pregnancy has made me feel like I was older than I am, okay? A girl was just getting her snatch back. I was just getting my groove back. I was getting my feeling back. I had lost weight, you know. And like I was saying before, you know, it just made me really tired through everything. So I have to take extra breaks in between stuff. And I'm like, oh my God. And I feel like I'm out of breath. I feel like a fat kid that's, well, somebody that's like 9 months pregnant or something. It's just been crazy. But with me, let's go back to less eating. With me having less things to eat as a vegan, because now I don't have the taste buds for the stuff I used to eat. Don't get me wrong. There are so many things to eat as a vegan. I will never go back to not being a vegan, okay? If I ever did, it would be vegetarian, but I love my life as a vegan. But you are still hungry with a lot of that stuff. That's what it is, because the baby wants more. The baby wants chicken. The baby wants fried chicken, mac and cheese, this and this and that. Stuff a homegirl don't eat, okay? Let me tell you, Popeyes right now has this banging mac and cheese. You know, most of the mac and cheese at all these stores is just watered down, right? Well, Popeyes got this mac and cheese, y'all, that look like it's been grilled and like your mama has made it. So I had that twice since I was pregnant, but I have tried to stay away from all of this stuff that I just don't normally eat. Like, I just, come on now, baby, come on. We you know, my husband jokes and say, well, the baby is not vegan. Yeah, they are right now. Because, you know, this is just where I am. And I want to cut off my eating time. Like, I don't want to eat no later than a certain time like I was before. I wasn't thinking about it. Shoot, now I'm at a place I'm about to cut this off at 12 o'clock, honey. Because I'm like, baby, you trying to make me big because I done gained all this weight already. So I'm just trying to, like, take it easy but still, like, do what's right to keep the baby healthy. Because the baby is very healthy right now. Gained, I think, a half of a pound now. At a half of a pound now, and sorry about that, guys. At a half of a pound now, but everything is good, measured at the right size and all that. So I just gotta worry about that down the line, maybe like far as eating and stuff more. I did start back working out, even though they told me take it easy and not get my behind on that treadmill. I want to get on my machine that I have and my treadmill with like I was doing before. So I'm sorry, my phone keep going on, Jesus. But I've been taking it easy. I couldn't get more than, I wanted to do 10 minutes today, but I got to 6 and I said I'm gonna take it slow because this cervix of mine is just ugh. And until the sac moves up from being close to my cervix, I gotta wait and slow down on stuff that I'm doing. So that's what we waiting for. They said it'll go up at some point, and I'm like, okay, so when? Because it's been too long already and it hasn't gone up, okay? Anyway, so guys, that's basically it. It's almost time to go in here and get Dionna from gymnastics. But everything is good. I'm doing good. I wanted to give a 2-week update. I have 2 results that came back. It's 3 that I'm waiting on, but 2 out of the 3 came back and said baby is normal. There was no let's put the papers in the house. No genetic issues found, pretty much. But it was a special word they used that I would love to have shared with you guys, okay? What I'm gonna do is come back once that last results come back and give y'all the final update on what the test looked like in terms of the amniotic fluid, when the amniotic fluid is pulled out, and in terms of what it looked like on paper, like the names and stuff, and then give y'all the final results on that, and then that's gonna be it for this process. So for now, like, oh my God, Jesus. Today. That's my appointment's tomorrow. Oh, is my appointment today? Oh, guys, I kind of forgot. I think that's next week. Anyway, sorry, guys. I'm sorry about that. Like, comment, subscribe, and turn your post notifications on, and I'll see y'all next time.